Alright, next. Um, um, Siverix asks, which circle of hell are you going to end up in? I actually did a little bit of reading about this because I didn't know what the circles of hell were offhand. And they seem to be limbo, lust, gluttony, greed, anger, heresy, violence, fraud, and treachery. Um, well, I don't think I would end up in gluttony, greed, anger, or violence. Uh, Lust, I don't think I'm any more lustful than any other guy. So possibly there. I think more likely it's going to be either limbo or heresy. Um, Probably limbo, because limbo is like rejecting God. So I would probably end up in that one because I do reject God. I'm an atheist, but I don't think I like. I have many sins against me, because I don't think I'm especially gluttonous or heretical or angry or violent. So I reckon I would probably end up in the first circle, which is limbo, which is kind of dull. I know. I mean, it would be cooler to end up in the seventh circle of hell, which is violence. But no, the first circle of limbo, probably there, to be honest with you. Um, Sepragasson asks, "Are you into fine arts? If so, specify some of your favourite paintings, painters, sculptures, and so on." No, sorry, not really my area of expertise. That the fine arts. I couldn't answer. I couldn't even. No, I'm just not. I apologise, but I'm an uncouth barbarian, is what I am, and I am not into the fine arts. I'm afraid. I apologise. Kebla Zuidar, something like that, asks, "What has been your favourite suggestion you have done for your interactive Morrowind LP?" The one that really stands out, I don't know why, it's the Collect 30 Forks one, or Knives and Forks. No, it was Forks, wasn't it? Was it just Forks or Knives and Forks? I can't remember the exact thing, but just because I remember picking that and going, "Oh, that's going to be so dull," and it was actually really, really fun, and that's why it stood out. Other ones are like when I had to gather creatures and bring them into a town for whatever reason. I remember that because the guards just wouldn't attack the creatures, and they're finding a bottle on the seabed. So I was there for like 20 minutes trying to find this bottle on the seabed. Just ones like that. Stuff like that really stands out for me. Also, one of the first ones, which was getting the Lord's Mail, and I had to take on this really powerful NPC, and I was like level 1 or 2. So that began the Sejuma running joke where I had like 30 bottles of, well, maybe 10 bottles of Sejuma. I just had them all and ran in and tried for about 10 minutes to try and kill this guy, just reloading and charging in all the time. That was like really, really early on in the LP. Yeah, trying to get Lord's Mail. So those, but the one that really stood out when I read that was collecting forks. I just remember doing that, and it turned out to be so much more fun than what I expected it to be. So I guess that's why it stood out. Mr. Yellow 94 asks, on a grade from 1 to 10, 1 to lowest, 10 to highest, how mature do you consider yourself and why? Boy, maybe about an 8. I am a very mature, well-balanced, level-headed kind of person. So probably an 8. I'm pretty mature. Like if there's an argument, I can always see both sides of it. I'm a good mediator like that, and I see things very, very sort of levelly, like kind of neutrally. I'm very good at reading situations and reading like people's feelings as well. I can sort of see things. That's not really to do with maturity, is it? But it's kind of like the level-headedness and the I see a lot, so because of that I take a lot in, and I'm more mature for it because I can make more balanced decisions and such like that. But maybe it's only an 8, maybe a 7. Well, the thing is, I know that I'm like mature, and because of that I don't really want to be. So oftentimes I'll do things that aren't mature, like on purpose, just daft things, you know. Like at work, I'm always the one playing practical jokes and stuff like that, or mucking around or shouting at people and stuff like that. Um, I'm So I don't want to be like too. I'm mature, but I'm not sensible. So like maybe a 7.5, 7.5 out of 10 maturity for me, because yeah, I think that's pretty good. About, yeah, 7 or 8, 7 or 8. The VK fan one asks, "What is your favorite genre of music? Deathcore, metalcore?" It used to be like it's varied across my life. It used to be gothic metal. I used to be a goth, and so I was into. I'm not going to say bands because people say that's not gothic metal, because people often take these things very seriously. Currently now, my tastes have mellowed slightly. So I guess like maybe heavy rock right now, but I'm not really into music that much to know what sort of genre stuff is. So if I say I like a band like Monster Magnet, or I like Godsmack, some people would say they're metal or heavy rock, but bands like that I'm kind of into right now. Having said that, I have a classical music station on in my car right now, so it varies, you know. There you go, fine arts, classical music. But I can't say I know much about it. How are we doing for time? Oh yes, fine. Enther, sorry, Enthernal 0 asks, "What do you think about people horribly murdering the English language, like using the letter U instead of you, R instead of R, and always using the wrong form of they, their, they are, etc., etc." I hate it. I absolutely hate abbreviating words. Like, I'm not the best speller in the world. Like, there's a lot of words that I constantly spell incorrectly, but it's okay. Like, because at least I make an effort to type these words out, and the correct grammar for there, like ei, or whether it's the other, ere. It's not hard to learn, It's not difficult, and it's just completely lazy how people put like ooh instead of y or u. Like, it doesn't take any longer. You're saving like 0.01 seconds of your life. What are you going to do in that 0.01 seconds that's going to make any sort of difference at all? None. It's just really irritating, and it makes you look stupid. Stop doing it. Having said that, most of like 95, no, even more than that, 99% of my subscribers do type all the words out correctly. So well done, you guys. And a lot of you even use capitalization, which, like, when I'm chatting online, I don't bother doing. Don't use capitalization, but a lot of you do. So you're a good lot. You're a good lot. But no, I really don't like the butchering of the English language. Just for the sake of saving a few seconds, I really don't like it at all. I see it all the time. I even see it in company names. And it's, oh, a number is not a word. Rage. Cockaborough 101 asks Brittany or Christina, which is quite a tough one, really, because I wouldn't want either of them. It depends what sort of context you're asking the question in, whether it's kind of from a musical standpoint or from another kind of standpoint. Oh god, I'm doomed either way here, aren't I? Probably, well, I think Britney's a little weird, honestly. I mean, Christina's a slut, and that's just what she is, and it's fine. So probably her, because at least with her, you know where you stand. You know what she is, and it's fine. So yeah, Britney's a bit all over the place, and oh god, freak. So yeah, probably Christina, actually, for that, probably. If I had to pick one of them, it would be her, I suppose. Liza the Sherman asks, "What are your political views? Are you conservative, liberal, apolitical?" Well, I have political views, and I'm not going to go like into politics because I don't want a political debate happening in the comments, and I know it's going to happen if I start talking about politics. But I'm just going to say liberal. Yeah, my political views are liberal. Simfan SP asks, "Are you planning on marriage?" Is that an offer, Simfan? Is that an offer? Yeah? Is it? Well, it's so sudden. But go on then. Yes, I am. Yes, okay. Eventually, it might be a bit sudden, but you know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but eventually, quite possibly. Yeah, okay. Okay. Boomer565 asks Blood Rain or Keira Knightley? Keira Knightley? Blood Rain would probably be better in bed, but no, Keira Knightley. Yeah. I'm afraid so. Alright, that's it for this session. See you later. Bye.